said to him, no, Saturday night's out. How about never? Is never good for you? Huh, please. So then he has the nerve to ask me for a goodnight kiss. I wouldn't give him a good riddance kiss, let alone... Oh, I'm telling you, Sal, some guys... Hey, so how was your dinner with Anthony?
What?
You were gonna go out with him tonight, you know, to thank him for everything he's done for us?
Yeah, that's right.
And?
And we went to the Café Russe.
Oh, how nice. Huh.
Yeah, it was nice. It was very nice.
Oh, I'm sure he really appreciated that, huh?
More than I expected.
More than you expected?
Darla, Anthony said some things to me that... Well, I just don't know quite what to make of them.
You look great.
Thanks.
So what's the event?
You tell me.
What do you mean?
What would you like to do?
You're telling me you got dressed up like this for me?
Sure.
Come on, Anthony, where'd you go? You had a date, right? And it didn't work out, so you came over here.
It wasn't exactly a date.
So what was it?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you, Macy.
Sounds interesting.
Anyway, I'm here now, and I'm dressed for a big night, so let's go do up the town.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm waiting for a phone call.
A phone call?
From someone who I think is going to need me tonight. Hi.
Hi.
Have you eaten?
No, I haven't.
Good, good, because I just made some pasta and some salad, and I hope you are hungry because that is a winner.
Can we talk first?
What about?
Dad and I just had a meeting tonight, and, do you remember that European conglomerate we had meetings with last spring?
Yes,
It's coming together.
coming together.
Yeah, the European expansion.
What European expansion?
Honey, we already talked about this.
I know, and I thought it was a dead issue.
No, it wasn't a dead issue. We just delayed it. Anyway, the financing's in order now. It's the perfect timing, and Dad wants to move ahead with it.
So they want to open a branch of Forrester in the European market?
No, more than a branch. It'll rival anything that's over there.
An American fashion house is what they want on the continent?
Well, yeah, that's the New World market. I mean, hell, they're over here.
What all does this entail?
One thing's for sure. We know we want it to be a family-run operation.
Meaning?
Meaning? Someone from the family is going to have to relocate.
And that someone is you.
So is that why you're here with me, James? To make Taylor jealous?
It's fascinating.
What? My question or your answer?
Your question, of course.
And why would that be so fascinating?
Because it's precisely what I was going to ask you. This dinner tonight was your idea. You called me. You made the plans. Why? Why did you do that, Brooke? To share an evening with a stranger? Or to send a message to Ridge?
All right. Well, do you want to start, or shall I?
I'm a gentleman. By all means, you go first.
I did not call you today to send a message to Ridge.
He has no idea we've ever even met, and he certainly doesn't know we're out for dinner tonight. Nor do I intend to tell him. Is that categorical enough?
It's very impressive.
Your turn.
Since I did not initiate this lovely evening, there's no reason to believe that I'm sitting here with you in order to make Taylor jealous, is there?
It doesn't matter what you believe. You haven't categorically denied it. And that's what I would like to hear.
You're very tenacious.
I like to get down to the nitty-gritty.
Amazing. A single mother, 2 young children, head of one of the biggest fashion design houses in America.
And tenacious as hell. Now, about that answer I'm waiting for.
No. I'm not sitting here with you having dinner in order to make Taylor jealous.
Does she know that you're out with me? She does.
She knows I'm out with someone, but she doesn't know it's you.
Let me guess. You called her right after I called you, and you told her that you had a date for tonight.
You're uncanny.
And you, Dr. Warwick, are not being completely honest with me. Of course you want to make Taylor jealous.
If that were my intention, don't you think I would have told her I was having dinner with you tonight?
No, because that wouldn't have made her jealous. That would have made her furious. Time to go.
But we haven't had dinner yet.
And we're not going to.
I don't use people, and I don't like to be used. Would you take me home, please?
That's where this is heading, isn't it? You may have to go live in Europe.
Not me. Us.
Us? Do you know what you're saying?
Well, let's talk about this.
Rich, it isn't going to be easy for me to feel okay about this.
But let's just discuss it, shall we?
Okay, we'll discuss it.
Now, Dad feels that I have to agree with him. The time for expansion is now. We've had 2 years of incredible growth, and there's no way we can maintain that unless we get into new markets.
You're already in the European market.
But not as heavily as we could be. We've got Eastern Europe, the Soviet countries, they're all emerging markets now. And that's not to mention the Pacific Rim economies.
Look, I'm not arguing any of that, Ridge. I want to talk about our marriage, though, us, and the effect it could have on us.
Do you have any desire at all to spend some time in Europe?
For a couple of weeks, sure, but that's not what we're talking about.
No, we're talking about more than that.
Ridge, we had this discussion last spring. I thought I told you how I felt about it. I have no desire at all to relocate to Europe. If you're asking if I would go anyway, should it be something that you decide you want to do?
Would you?
You're expecting a phone call?
Yes,
From whom?
from Karen.
From Karen. She's with Connor tonight.
I know.
You don't think they're gonna spend the whole night together?
Do you?
I don't know.
I know if she doesn't, it'll be because of you.
Don't remind me.
Anthony, you did the right thing. You should be proud of yourself.
My pal Connor's not gonna agree with that.
You gave her good advice. If she's not ready to make love to him, then she shouldn't.
Well, what do you think I should get for being such a good Boy Scout?
What do you want?
A handshake?
No problem.
Followed by a kiss?
Problem.
So, Anthony, he said something to you?
Yes.
Like what?
Oh, you know, lots of flattering things, like there was nothing he wouldn't do to show his gratitude to me.
Oh, Anthony's a good guy. You know, I'm sure he meant all of it, Sal.
Nothing, darling. Nothing he wouldn't do to show his gratitude.
I don't get it, Sal. What do you think that Anthony meant when he said that there was nothing he wouldn't do for you?
I think that's a $64 million question.
You know what I think he meant?
What?
That he owes you one. For everything that you've given him, and my gosh, Sally, you've given him so much.
No more than he's given us. And I can't help, Darla, I still get the impression that he was saying more than that.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know, really. It's just a feeling I got. It's just something that makes me wonder. Darla, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to answer me as accurately and honestly as you can, okay? Now, we all know that Macy doesn't seem to have any romantic interest in Anthony. She doesn't seem to want that. I've talked to her about it. I have certainly encouraged it. I have certainly almost thrown her into his arms, but she still doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with him. Do you think there's any chance at all for those two?
For Anthony and Macy?
Yeah.
Wow, Sal, shoot, I don't know. Why?
Why? Because he's wonderful. Because he's a treasure. And if Macy doesn't want to snap Anthony Armando up, I'm sure somebody else will.
Like who?
Anybody. I mean, look at him. I mean, what about you? Don't you find him attractive?
Of course, absolutely, please. But it takes two to mambo, you know?
He's never shown any interest in you.
Unfortunately, no.
He's never told you how much you mean to him? He's never told you how much he appreciates you? Never said there's nothing he wouldn't do to show his gratitude?
Afraid not.
Darla, Anthony said all of those things to me.
Well, yeah, but you said that he... Wait a minute. Sally, are you saying what it sounds like you're saying?
I don't know, Darla. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm thinking. I only know I'm feeling something. And what I'm feeling is so extraordinary and so unexpected. But it feels good, darling. Oh, God, it does feel so good.
I'm sorry, Anthony.
You don't feel anything for me, do you?
That isn't true.
Right. I'm a friend, but I want to be more than a friend.
And I'm just not ready.
What can I do to get you ready?
Anthony, there is nothing you can do.
So where does that leave me?
Look, I'm going through a very difficult separation right now, and that's just all I can deal with.
Macy, I appreciate that, but can you give me some kind of encouragement, anything? I need to know there's at least a chance.
But that would make me feel obligated, and I can't do that. I won't do that.
Fine. I get the picture. I'm sorry I bothered you tonight.
Look, you didn't bother me.
Macy, that's the problem. I don't do anything to you, positive, negative, or otherwise. And I can't tell you how frustrating that is.
I do have feelings for you, Anthony. I just can't allow myself to think about that now. Not now.
How are your children?
They're just fine. I have a nurse who stays with them.
A nurse?
Yes. I know it's a bit much, but when it comes to my children, I go overboard. They come first.
Well, I'd say you must make a wonderful mother.
The best. Now it's time for this wonderful mother to go to bed.
You're upset with me.
No, I'm not upset. Maybe just a little disappointed.
Because I have feelings for Taylor. You have feelings too, Brooke. You love Ridge as much as I love Taylor.
Are you putting me on the spot?
Just answer the question.
Would I quit my career and go to Europe with you?
That wasn't the question. But you wouldn't necessarily have to quit your career.
It would be a major disruption, Ridge.
True.
I mean, this isn't some kind of deal breaker, is it? What if I say no? You might go without me? What about Brooke? She isn't going to Europe, is she? Is she, Ridge? Is Brooke relocating to Europe?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I haven't discussed this with Brooke.
This wasn't her idea that you go over there, was it?
No.
Are you sure?
Honey, I told you this came out of a conversation between Dad and me. Brooke wasn't even involved.
But you can't guarantee that she might not go over there.
No, I can't.
Well, knowing Brooke, if she knew that you were there alone, she'd be on the next plane.
Well, maybe so. I can't speak for Brooke.
Well, I can speak for myself, Ridge, because I know that over a year ago, she was more than willing to relocate. And if you and Brooke are there together and I am here...
Honey, there's an easy way to rectify that.
That is a hell of a thing to say. What, am I just supposed to pull up roots and follow you to Europe so I can protect you from Brooke?
Look, I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. Personally, I don't see Brooke as a threat here. She knows where I stand, and she respects that. Now, can we please just leave Brooke out of this conversation, because I don't think she's really the issue here.
She is very much the issue here, Ridge. In fact, she may be the only issue here. She wants you. She has admitted that. Brooke is like some predator lying in the reeds just waiting for you. There is no other man she cares about, only you. Just you, Ridge. You!
Ridge is a part of my life, yes. We share a daughter together, and we share a business. But that's as far as it will ever go.
I would like us to be friends. Have you ever had a really close friend, Brooke?
Of course I have, so what's the point?
Close friends. Friends who truly trust one another and take risks.
Risks?
Yes, you can admit something to this friend that perhaps you wouldn't admit to anybody else, perhaps not even to yourself.
Like what things?
Like the way you feel. Especially if those feelings are dangerous ones. Like love for someone who is unobtainable because of marriage. I admit I have feelings like those for Taylor. I would like you to admit the same thing about Ridge, because I know it's true.
All right, yes. I have feelings of love for Ridge. But I would never do anything to break up his marriage. That would make Ridge miserable, and I just couldn't do that.
And your life must be very bleak.
I have my children.
Well, that's why it's bleak. Your children have no father.
No, they have a wonderful father.
A man who you love, but you can never have. It's all right, Brooke. It's all right to feel loss and feel pain. In fact, the healthy way to move on with your life is to admit to those feelings and then just set them aside.
Have you been able to set them aside?
I'm working on it.
And how do you go about working on it?
You open up to the world and all of its possibilities.
I really want to. I mean, I wish I could just open up like that. But I don't think I can.
You can.
You don't even know me.
I think I do.
We barely even met.
Look at me. What do you see when you look at me? You see the same thing I see when I look at you. It's a reflection. We're very similar, you and I, in our pain and in our pleasure.